Hey, I'm back. So you might. Still got 400. Okay, I don't understand. Reroll 100. Sacrifice gives us 400. Should have been 500. Low Hadouken! I've been chilling out. I've been changing things. No, I bought the wrong thing. Okay. Never mind. This way. Yeah, so I've been checking out videos on like Archvale and Half-Life Drifter to kind of get a baseline of like how different is the time to kill and number of enemies and number of things on screen at the same time, comparing like different games in this and whatever. Can't afford it. Different. And my thinking is, or was, it seems like I have much more shit going on, so there's less time for you to have any sort of strategy, or like it pushes you into a playstyle which is just like dash and try to just desperately try to get away all the time. So I changed a few things so that enemies have twice the health. Just put in a ×2 in in the script. There, I ended up inside of it. And I reduced the amount of money that budget that the spawning algorithm has. So fewer enemies with more health, and the result, as you might see, is that you get to actually use both your weapons a little bit more, because you don't kill all the enemies on the screen before your like charges is up. That obviously can change with whatever upgrades you pick. Now I'm kind of screwed though. That should be enough to give me 6. Okay. Take this way. And also, crits have more impact because you don't kill the small enemies by default. Like there, I had a reason to use my rail. And without like adding a million enemies, had a little bit of flashing there for the. I think the wind up animation for that enemy is a little bit high now. So it's set to. Yeah, let's make that half a second instead. It was a quarter of a second before. Yes, it's easier to do that with fewer enemies. Also reduce the number of projectiles that are shot and stuff like that. Like there, I couldn't kill it with the rail. I had to use my... Lucky there though. It's easier to see what's going on. The levels are a little bit short now, so maybe I should boost the base. Like maybe have more force it to be 3 waves and then just copy the previous ones or something. I do want heal on crit. I think I'm gonna crit more with the rail. As we're getting into like charges upgrades and stuff like that, I would say the rail is gonna be better than the sight, but currently you kind of need both. Maybe the sight, maybe the rail should do less damage or something to accommodate for the fact that it's, or be a little bit slower probably. Just a little bit, like, could be a tiny bit slower. Let's try that. Hey, Lawrence. Let's see here. So recharge 1.3 seconds. Let's try that. Actually want to play with. I feel like that combination is fun to play with. I want to optimize for this. Also, we should swap those guys around. This way. It's a little bit of a slower game, but I haven't tried any later levels. That's a good upgrade here. Faster recharge. Now I'm a little bit like ahead of money.
If you look at society as simply the collective contribution of millions of human beings who carry in themselves.
So if I put cold touch on this, it's gonna have a little bit more of a meaning now that it will delay the enemies before, so they can't come at you as quickly. I'm thinking also, we're spawning groups of enemies. Why don't we change the algorithm so it prefers more groups than fewer groups? So currently I set the group count to 3 plus something. Pick 5 instead, and or maybe go a little bit too far, because I want the enemies to more likely to be coming from different directions from the player. If you're out here, they're always going to come from one side, but it doesn't matter. We can't optimize for like everything, but we could, like, if you're standing on a, we make it more likely for enemies to spawn on that, but also increasing the number will number of groups. Yeah, you don't understand this, do you? Both that. lots of this. That's gonna increase. We can afford it, but do we want grenade or faster recharge for our rail? Could also like sacrifice and get the grenade toss for the second range for our thing, and then we have actually one more. I wonder if this would be a good cold touch thing. Could just save 2. Whoops, I don't know where I put it. Put it on the rail. Okay. Let's go. So before the end of today, I want that separate step of the shop to be gone. So we're gonna try to find a place to put the shop. This is good. Things are happening. Double the charges on the rail. That's gonna be pretty cool. That's not too scary when it's on its own. Like, it's a lot better in terms of... oh, I wanted all that gold! But it feels a lot better in terms of just the speed of the game and so on now. I'm sure I'm gonna go back and like... work on this more, but... try to use the grenade toss. No, can't afford anything more. No. Not sure what happened there. Maybe I clicked outside or something. Bleed on what? Should be the rail, I think, but that's full, so let's put it here. I'm gonna save a bit. I want there to be a reason for you to save, like items that cost much more that you want. That you can kind of save up for, if that makes sense. I think I have screwed up the logic for spawning those. I think I'm like the projectiles that spawn. I apply bleed to myself. That's so stupid. But for some reason they hit early. Oh, is it that I hitting myself? Triggering. Now things are starting to get a little bit more hectic. I'm thinking cold dash bleed would be pretty cool, because that will make enemies that chase you. When I met you could work. Now I couldn't kill that. I gotta take care of those other enemies there for a second before I can get back to that, which is the right feeling. Ow. Why am I sometimes falling through the world? What is it hitting that's... Why does it like immediately explode there? It should be on doing damage. Let's figure it out. Faster recharge on the... Even faster? How often can I throw these now? And there it just went through. Again. It's that center thing is always... Okay, that doesn't have a ground plane on it. That's why. But we're getting rid of that anyway, so that's fine. That was stupid. I made it through. Yes, using the new Unity input system. I'm not sure if I'm regretting that or not. But replace cold touch. But it is nicer for like you know, it's weird. I can remove the trails on things, but it doesn't remove the actual projectile. You see? Like, can they hit me? You can still hit me. Now we're talking. A little bit more hectic here. But it's still working. Did you... Yeah, it's a bit complicated. I think it's overcomplicated, like everything. Especially things I do myself. Trying to be smart when you're not. Huge problem. So what did we learn? There's something wrong with the Nova enemy. It should be shooting 6 projectiles, but it's shooting 3. So let's take a look at what that would be.
Atari Games has brought you a constant stream of steady hits. Video games which have had the excitement and depth to keep players coming back again and again.
I think spread cone here is gonna be 180 or 360, but it probably should be 180. That's what I'm thinking. 5 shots. Interval. We increased the interval a little bit. Shot force is fine. Cooldown we increase. I should actually try playing with some other build. So like maybe, what do we want? A boomerang blizzard build or something. Try that. Gonna start with a little bit of extra money, but I'm also gonna skip a few levels and see what happens. Hey, Drew, what's up? Haven't you seen it? I think the newest things would be, if you haven't seen it in a while. Sorry, Wills, I wasn't following. Is that we have elevation differences in there? Okay, no worries. So we want to add bleed on that. And we want to add crit chance to the blizzard. And then we want to have like none of that. Haste on nothing. Cold touch and boomerang, we can try that. See how that feels. Now let's save for the next one. Yes, now we have these kind of elevation differences. Which work reasonably, except that I still have the spawn points in places where it's bad. It seems like found some kind of weird level where it's actually a little bit not working. This one has a little bit of a weird layout. Oh, also, those work now. Good. Crit chance. Higher crit chance on Blizzard. More healing. Sounds good. Faster recharge on either one would be good. Let's pick it there. I think also crit multiplier will multiply the... Yeah, that's one of the reasons I have this thing here. Radius, not that interesting. But another faster recharge on this time would be good. Hello, Akuto! Cold touch. We already have this on everything we want. We do have another crit chance. We could sacrifice for it. Yeah. Let's save instead. Okay, hard level. Here we go. So just as I was during my lunch break, so to speak, I was toying with the balance quite a bit. So I've actually increased all the enemy health by 2x. So it has a little bit longer time to kill, which means you gotta use more of your arsenal, which is correct and great, I think. So with the haste, there's nothing. We don't have charges on anything, so. There we go, charges. We've done boomerang. Now we have use for that haste. Still do 1 and then max HP. I think max HP should be 25 instead of 10. Ah, yeah, no SD. He will get a code when the time is right, for sure. But that's quite far out still, months away. Now that I can't kill all enemies before yeah, it's just so much better. This is great. Shouldn't be able to take damage there. Damn it. No. Only devlog stuff, or not devlog even, just the VODs from this. Like, what is our crit chance now? It's 25%, so that should be good. Do we want to start picking up our next spell here? Charges. What? Charges? I thought I set it to be more expensive. Okay. I'm gonna put charges here instead of faster recharge. Right. I noted this before. I cannot do that because there's something about charges. Giving key Blizzard was not present. So I do something stupid here. Yeah, thanks. Hello, Kev. How you doing, dude? The party has arrived. They sure have. It was I just been tuning a little bit here now, but I want to get back to actually feature development more or less now. Charges should cost 400 because it's so good. Max HP should add 25 and cost 25, so it's a little bit different there. Nice. A lot of work. Yeah. Things are going well. I think bleed is also a really good one, so let's increase that one a little bit. Chill on hit is not that good, so let's reduce the price on that one a little bit. Cold dash is divisive one. Let's increase the price. And explode, let's also increase the price a little bit. Haste is fine. Yeah, those are all fine. Let's try one more run or something. It's really simple. So post effect or screen, I think I call it screen shader or something. World space shader, here we go. So what I do is I have my texture like my cloud texture here. And then I have two sets of UVs that I calculate from a world position that I calculate from the depth buffer. This is done in a post effect shader. So I more or less take the X and the Y coordinates, or rather the X and the Y plus Z coordinates of the in world space, and since the world is kind of angled 45 degrees, that's not a camera thing, it's the actual world is turned that way. This works. So I do that, and that means there's a certain skew to it. So that's why you see, if you look at it from this angle, it almost looks like a flat thing. If I didn't have the perspective on, for example, it would probably look really flat. If I find just the right angle, it's just a flat texture. But as you're doing this, it looks like it's kind of rolling over and like falling. That makes it pretty cute, I would say. I think I want slightly more different now that I look at it. Slightly more difference in speeds on them. Because they kind of overlap. These numbers are... That sort of kills it. It had two positive values. 0.2 maybe. Yeah, it makes it look a little bit more, I don't know. Okay, so let's do a short, a few rooms just to see if there is any other things we want to think about. I want to do more scythe. It's a good spell. Take this route. So yeah, adding more health on the enemies and reducing the numbers just has been really good for me. I took damage at the last second. Bleed. Yeah, the gold pickups, they're just throwaway. Stick this path so we can do like a sacrifice strat there. The gold is just cubes right now with a little bit of a particle effect on it. I'm gonna do something. When I added the height differences, flying enemies kind of broke, so I removed the path finding on them. I want to add some kind of... it's usually not a problem, so it's usually fine. Like they usually kind of find their way around obstacles, especially if they're above. But yeah. Sure, haste. Let's go. Yes, you take damage. Thanks, Kev. So 500, we can't afford anything, but let's do sacrifice so we have some money. And then we buy this and this. And then we put this on that. And then we go. No, I just add 4s relative to the position of the player and the coin. The player actually, every frame it does a sphere overlap, or whatever it's called, overlap sphere in physics. And finds which are in there, and then it adds a force to it. Also, I don't take damage there because I dash back up, if that's tricking you up. Max HP. Adding bleed on the blizzard is really good. I would like to also give it a little bit more crit chance, but it's gonna be fine. More health. There we go. Could have sacrificed maybe, but that would have been a little bit dangerous. Ah, forgot which spells I had. That was the intention from the beginning. It's like a slow descent into hell, more or less. How did you go about making spells and attacks when you first started working in combat? If you go to a link, you can see exactly the first 5 days. You can actually see a lot more than that, but give me a second here. Just gonna go to my YouTube. Where's my YouTube? Here. My channel. Playlists. Stream VODs. If you start here. Sorry, nothing like that. I should fix that, but there is none. But if you start here, you can actually see exactly how I made the game, the original version of the game in like 1 week. So money, we have money. Let's start seeing if we can do something about that. I'm thinking we already have haste. That's pretty fast. Let's save. Maybe buy grenade toss. Yes, let's do that. Yeah, it's very non-edited though. So it's the actual full release thing. Let's take this path and get another heal. Sometimes it generates this, which I don't know. I'm of two minds on it, like if it's gonna be a good thing or not. Because it does add like a little bit of like interest to the world, but it's also looking a little bit jank. Ah. I'm not talking about publishing yet, but there are things to be announced at some point. Just add bleed to this too. Have a cold touch on the grenades or here. Do one more and then yeah, let's get the health there. Oh yeah. There I get kind of stuck on a ledge, weirdly. No! Fell down. Yep, very, very busy. That's my highest DPS increase, I think. Do we have place for heal on crit on that? Yes. No, we already had that. Put it there. No idea what that is. Range for Scythe. Here we go. Healing, please. Hard level. Okay, let's go. Oh, a lot of terraces too. I have this bleed effect now that can... kill enemies, sort of. There we go. Take it easy, Drew. See you around. Yeah, like I said, things are in motion. But I don't have anything to announce right now. We have too few... no, we're gonna put heal on crit on this guy. Thanks. I forget to use my third spell quite often. Wonder if I should have something that... That was stupid. Now I'm taking bleed damage because I took self damage from those. Should kill it? No. Get this before. No, so much money. Oh, Sparky. You think? Zos? Explode dash. I already have that. Can I replace that without it crashing? Yes, good. I can tune it down. Okay, so more charges to definitely something. I'm thinking replacing maybe Cold Touch on the Scythe for more charges. So that's one more slash. Probably better to put it on here. This one is a little bit dangerous. Sometimes it explodes in your face. Or I put it on the Blizzard and I can kind of do a... Let's try that. Extra range for what? I would rather go for radius for the Blizzard. Maybe this one. Yeah, let's put it on the grenade toss. That's it. This is also a very specific explosion heavy build. We should also stop playing the game and actually make some actual progress. I've been doing a little bit too much playtesting lately. It's a thing. Kill that. Oops. I think grenades don't hit everything they should. Now things are... This is how the game was mostly before. But it's like getting just a little bit too hectic and you can't quite... Yeah, do anything with it. More playtesting. You're making Motomancer, right, Sean? How's that coming? Or is that not? Is that another Sean? Radius for a Blizzard. I'll actually drop a charge for that. It's a Twitch auto battler. I see. Cool. Anyone playing it? Gotta go for the health there. Yeah, post away. Ah! Triple Blizzard got quite a bit of another haste. Sure. Another radius for the Blizzard instead of heal? No. Oh, cool. That's nice. Congrats and thanks and everything. No. This effect is a little bit much, I would say. Just... No! Look at all that money! Shit. Anyway, you can see where this is going. I just want to see the map for a second before we go. So let's replace this. Don't care. And then we're gonna try to move that shop into the level when you finish it. How far were we in? Not very far, and it's still a little bit hectic. So let's take a hard level down here and see how that looks. And plays. We are already like maxed out here. I do think would have been much better to have another spell than. I'm a little bit OP. What do you think? It's looking a little bit like people running rifts in Diablo. Nice. What time is it? 16:13. We have 45 minutes or a little bit less to fix this. So, first of all, we commit our changes. So good, now we're at the good stable position here.
Whatever will be, will be. Don't care what anyone else thinks.
So how are we going to find good places for the shop? If I were to, let's just test. So we have these like this kind of half circle thing. If we were to put that anywhere, where did it go? Here. It would take like, in this configuration at least. Oh, I'm also missing reroll. Pull it up. It takes.
Don't ever give up. Everything worth doing is hard. The only time that matters is right now.
Let's say the player died here. I can't just put it down because it's not gonna fit. Let's say we were out on this thing here. It's not even close.
There's no fate but what we make for ourselves. We always have each other.
We could, let's say, why do I have selections in? Here we go. Like the easy, maybe the better solution would be to have an NPC pop up and have a UI that gives you this instead. Just talk to the NPC and it shows you the items. Because an NPC is really easy to place. Let's assume that these sacrifice and reroll. We can place these later. Would it be possible to place just these things? I don't think so. But maybe we can find like something like this where would be nice to do it on demand where the player is at and just try to find the best positioning. We could sample the scene. There is something called a spawn point in here. These are supposed to have spawn points are supposed to show up, but I think it's because I have this. Yeah, there we go. So the red ones are spawn points. I could select the closest ones that are further apart than some number. So I have position 1 there. This one goes here. This one goes here maybe. Is that gonna be annoying? So if I just order them by distance and pick however many I need. But something like that if the player was there, or potentially here. It would feel annoying, I would guess. It's pretty okay. Okay, let's try this. The shop contains stuff. Enable the route. Hide those. The shop will now find object of type or something. On enter, it's like fade out. We don't need to do that. We don't need to clear the map. And then we move the player and the camera. We don't do that. Place items. This is what we want to do. Let's get a list of spawn points. We do have player there, yeah. From SP in find objects of type, spawn point, select SP, order by vector 3 distance between run manager instance player. Oh, it's not gonna quite work. We'll figure it out. sp.transform position. Transform position. Closest ones. where this distance, let distance equals order by distance, where distance is larger than some number, maybe 5 meters. Now we have the spawn points by distance, and we will just position these at the first step here. So shop item interactables I transform position equals spawn points I transform, or like that. We will move them and then initialize it and fix that. We do have the same problem for these guys. So we're gonna do oh wait, where's the interactable? Is that on the outer or the inner item? Let's take a look. Interactable is on the that's fine. This will be the next one, and I'm just gonna assume we have enough. Cool, so at the end of encounter now, we are teleporting away. We don't need to do that. Or if we do, we actually fail. So the only problem now is that it's not gonna be able. We're not gonna be able to test it because we're gonna start with the first level. Don't really have a. So maybe the shop can do this somehow. Let's see here. Let's try one thing. So we have this route that we refer to, which these are inside of. We enable the whole thing, but we also want to enable these. Just create a first level thing and refer to that from the shop class. This is encounter. This is not the one. Shop. Shop route or something. First level route set active should be shop params. I think we have like level here. No, because we don't know. Can this one needs to know if it's the first one. First level or am I stupid here? Actually, if we just assume the first thing we do is set the player inactive, listen for events, despawn everything, destroy decals, enter the current level. And then we enter the shop down here. It doesn't seem to be anything that destroys the current level, so if we're fine with having the first level like this, we can get away with this. Turn this on, turn this off. Encounter level generator. Let's find a good one. This one. Perfect. Okay, not perfect. The problem is that it doesn't position things. The current level enter, that's gonna be a shop, right? When I press play, it's gonna load the shop, I think. Or no, maybe it's not that. Maybe we actually just need to enable this. Right. Shop everything, not perfect as we said. But what does work is the positioning of these. So the problem is just that we need to press regenerate here, so we start over there. But that probably also means it's not the best seed. Try this. We can also force it to regenerate. Why is it putting it there? I think it's not. Yeah, it should be functional. Even if it's a little bit annoying. Yeah, let's just try see if we can finish a level. There's something blocking shit here. Some kind of... It's acting really weird here with... It's like, here is some kind of edge. I can only imagine that this is the collider is wrong on that. It works, but it's hard to see. Especially with this one in there and these. We could have some animation on them. Kind of just. I have no idea how to fix this, where it's inside of the stair there. And maybe hard code some filtering for that. Or do like a sphere overlap and disable things that hit ground, maybe. I would have picked another one. So we are gonna pick up arcane shards as the second one. First we gotta sacrifice here. This should also not be a menu yet. Okay. We need to not move the player there too. Yeah, it's not perfect yet. Let's say that. So shop has a fade in and the announcer and a respawn and enable player action. Let's try first just if this is something we want, and then we can rewrite it in a way where it's a lot better. It's broken. Since there's no fade in anymore, it doesn't quite work. We can re-enable this. I'm guessing that the fade in here won't have any effect. It will just wait a bit until things happen. Okay. So I don't want to do this if we're already active. Also, I don't want to do that, so let's just put that inside of there. This is just throw away. Figure out a better way. Why do you not want to do this? What is happening here that stops that? Hello, player. Oh, wait. I'm forgetting one thing here. Maybe that's it. That worked pretty well. Just some animation and maybe figure out a way to place these. Maybe make like vertical differences be 10 times more expensive or something. I'm gonna pick up crit chance. I'm gonna go. Oh, 10 short. Nope. What? That item should pop into the world and you pick it up to apply it instead of this. Hello, Lennox. How you doing? Wanna pick up a new spell? Faster recharge on that. Here we go. This is a cover we're listening to. It's not an Annie Lennox thing, is it? I think it's the same time period. Because I'm a sucker for a good coincidence. What is the song? Time After Time. Cyndi Lauper. Close enough. Or probably not close enough, but yeah. Heal on the boomerang, please. I need to do something about the edges here. I kind of hit a wall there. See? I kind of can't walk up it. Pretty sure what it is, so let's remember that for later. Range. More range on our scythe. This is gonna be a good run. Don't have many choices to the map. Little predator in my heart. We can't afford it anyway. I think the exit one has some kind of again with the stairs. Oops. Annoying. Could go for Nova. What about a gem that gives you makes you take half damage, but it costs 50 gold per hit, or 1 gold per HP or something, 10 golds per HP lost. And then when you don't have money enough, it doesn't reduce your money anymore. I didn't use Nova once. Screw it. Interesting. If player can control on how it is used, like not to drain money or HP to 0. I mean, it's you pick it up because you like that playstyle or something. Maybe you're at the end of the game. I want to get rid of that bomb dash. Let's replace it with this. No, I picked the wrong one. Oh, that was also the wrong one. Haste instead of this. Actually, crit chance is not terrible to have on Boomerang. I can like see I'm like dashing through and ending up inside of stuff. Lead on Nova, not bad. Here we go. Now we're talking HP here. There's a mountain of fire. It's close. Now it's just too much going on again. Sure. Let's fix the exit one. It's not at the center of whatever. No. Okay. Why doesn't it put it in the center then? Is there an actual spawn point here? I don't think there is. There are spawn points out there. Is there like no errors? So it should have put it like over here somewhere. All the other ones are put like at the center of whatever the level is. But the exit one is not. Have I just been lucky that it's been in places? Yeah, I haven't actually placed the exit interactable. You don't need to initialize it at all, we just need to place it. I gotta go. I'm gonna pick up my girlfriend at her job, then drop her off, and then go to my kid. Too many things. There we go. Now the exit is over here. Not perfect, but it works. it's working, but now we didn't have space enough to spawn all the things. Yeah, we did. It's unlikely that we wouldn't. Probably should place the exit first, close to the player. If you don't want to buy anything, you can just continue. I do like when you can see all the items together. We should probably have some better algorithm. Yeah, this is too messy, for sure. Boom. Those take a lot of time to kill. Anyway, thank you for hanging out today. Tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe I'll stream, maybe I won't. But hugs and kisses. Have a nice one. Thank you for hanging out. And we'll see each other next week or tomorrow, maybe. We'll see.